Hey, good day to my viewers and subscribers. So today I want to make a report to you about this device here. This is the Meizu m6s. Now, Meizu is kind of an unknown brand, but it's pretty popular in China. I do have one of their phones, which I'm currently using, is the Meizu m3s. The m6s is pretty much the same line. So this is pretty much their first new smartphone for the year, and also it is their first attempt at the bezel-less smartphone. So this phone has a 18:9 aspect ratio, and also it will be sporting an Samsung Exynos processor. So I'm gonna just be going through and showing you what the device is capable of and what you can expect. It is expected to be in sale. It's expected to be on sale sometime in this week. So the m6s, why I think you guys should buy it. It is a really great budget smartphone. It has that large 5.7-inch screen with the 18:9 aspect ratio. The only downside to the screen that I'm seeing here is that it's only a 720p screen. It's not a 1080p screen. So that's the only downside. But the screen does get really bright. I think it gets up to 420 to 450 nits. I'd have to double check that. So processor that's inside is Samsung's Exynos 7872 with 2 high performance cores and 4 low performance cores. So that's 2 A73 cores and 4 A53 cores. It will be running on Flyme OS version 6.2 at launch. Now, they've done something new here that is a first for Meizu. They've removed the home button from the front, and they've also removed the fingerprint sensor from the front of the phone. So you can see you now have a side mounting fingerprint sensor. What's cool about this is that you just need to tap it once and it will unlock the screen. Normally you needed to wait the screen, then press the fingerprint sensor on previous Meizu phones for the screen to be unlocked. That is no longer needed here. You just tap the fingerprint sensor and it will unlock within 0.2 seconds. So that's pretty quick. So this is the new Halo button. It's an on-screen pressure sensitive button that will be replacing the traditional home button. Now, if you can look down at the bottom of the phone here, one thing that I am really excited for about this smartphone is that it still keeps the headphone jack. It really still have a headphone jack. Normally, new devices they're coming out, they're ditching the headphone jack for USB Type-C. But I guess this is where this kind of falls short as well, because it does not have a USB Type-C port. It's micro USB. So it's a give and take. Even though it does have micro USB though, it still supports m-charge, a Meizu fast charge, I think it's called m-charge, that is still supported. So along with the Samsung Exynos processor, they're also using a Samsung CMOS sensor, 16 megapixels on the back and 8 megapixels on the front. Now it's a wide lens with aperture f2.0, and that's on both cameras, so front and back. It's gonna support 3 gigs of RAM, with either 32 gigabyte or 64 gigabytes of storage. It also has support for SD card up to 128 gigabytes, which I think is sufficient for most people. So it also has a 3000 milliamp battery. With the low res screen, this should last you for about a day, probably a day and a half on light use. About 8 to 10 hours on, power intensive stuff like gaming, web browsing. Should be able to get about 8 hours on that. So the design is something that is new. Is something new, and it looks pretty cool. And I like that they're able to keep the back of the phone clean, and they don't have to jam a fingerprint sensor in the back. They just put it to the side, and I like the way it just cut out and it looks flush. So you will be able to distinct. Well, it's not really flush. There's a cutout for where your finger will go, where the fingerprint sensor is at, so you're able to feel the difference. So these are some pictures of the phone. It is tend to have great viewing angles. Should have great viewing angles. Meizu phones always have had great viewing angles. So this is the gold one. I think this looks freaking awesome, but I wouldn't be getting a gold phone. I'd probably get the silver with the wide front or the black. I think the black is really dope. Yeah. This is if this was an iOS device, I think they would call it space gray or midnight black, something cool like that. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you what they're talking about with the new display technology. They're calling it edge-to-edge display. So first thing you can expect is that 18:9 aspect ratio. The screen literally goes from edge to edge on the left and right side, so you get more screen real estate. And they're saying up to 15% more text can be seen on your screen. So this is how they display you unlocking the phone with the fingerprint sensor. So this is with left hand, and now this will be with your right hand. Pretty cool. Let me play that one more time. And the reason why I'm even recommending this phone is two reasons. The new screen that they're using, the 18:9 aspect ratio, and also their skin. So Fly Me OS is my favorite operating system on any Android smartphone today. I think it's the best Android skin apart from stock Android. To me, it beats TouchWiz or whatever Xiaomi's using on their phone. So I give credit where credit is due, and Meizu Fly Me OS is pretty easy to use. It's something that I recommend. It makes your life a whole lot easier. One other great thing about it is the price. So this is aimed to be a budget smartphone, so it's gonna be around 130 to 140 US dollars. No, I mean 130 to around 150 US dollars. Sorry. So that's what you can expect. So as I said, the black, it looks really dope. It looks really dope. So this is just a rundown of the specs. So you can see that Cortex A73 is going to be 2 big cores and 4 small cores. And that halo button, it's pressure sensitive, so when you tap the button on the screen, If you tap it once, it will go back. If you press it, it will go home. So it's able to recognize the different sensitivity of pressure. And then again, you got that screen. So it's 282 ppi, and it brightness is 450 nits. So I was right. Okay. M touch 0.2 seconds, and it has a 360 recognition angle, which is pretty cool. So that means you can put your finger in any position, the fingerprint sensor will still recognize it. And they have Bluetooth 4.2. I'm not sure why they don't include Bluetooth 5.0, but I guess it's alright for a budget phone. So that's where I'm leaving this video today, guys. Just wanted to show off this new smartphone that will be coming out soon. Just look for it sometime this week. Should be launching on AliExpress, Gearbest, and Meizu's official store. So I'll be leaving the links in the description to Meizu.com, where you can check out more about this device, and also a link to their forum on m6s. We can check out the great features of that as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and stay tuned for more. Bye.